Slayer has never fled from battle.
We stay, we die.
Until now.
She's a god, and she's coming for us.
Destiny can no longer be outrun.
We have to keep moving!
3 episodes until the WB series finale. An all-new Buffy.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of Slade, the Buffet-verse Revisited. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
And this week we will be eavesdropping onto Season 5, Episode 20, Spiral.
Yes, Spiral, not intervention.
I'm jumping no Eve, sir.
I ain't jumping no Eve, sir.
James, man, it's been it's been so long since I've seen you that I don't even know how long it's been. How long has it been?
It's been so long that I am wearing the same shirt from the last time we recorded. Like it's come full circle.
Okay.
Yes. So,
are you wearing the same underwear?
Every day.
Every day. All right. As any good young lad should.
Actually, spoiler alert, James likes to go commando.
Oof. Yeah. Yeah. That is some information no one wanted. No,
I'm kidding. I'm a boxer. I'm a boxer brief guy.
Hey, me too. I'm a boxer brief guy. We should share underwear.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. All right. We'll do that.
Sweet.
Okay. What's new? How you doing? What's going on? Yada yada yada.
Same old. Just I was enjoying some Cheetos not too long ago.
Are your fingers orange?
Ago. No, I cleaned them off.
You know, there are some people I've seen that wear the finger condoms when they eat Cheetos.
Yeah, I've seen people.
That seems cheating to me.
I've also seen people use like chopsticks to eat Cheetos.
Now that's creepy.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, those people should be pushed out of a helicopter screaming.
Those people to me are like the equivalent of, I don't know, people that like pulp in their orange juice.
Yeah, is that what
or don't eat bacon?
Maybe you should mention that to your current house guest, because I believe your current house guest also really enjoys pulp in their orange juice.
No.
Yes.
Are you telling me I've been lied to?
I'm telling you, you've been lied to.
Uh-oh.
Yep. It has begun. Lies abound, my friend. Wait, no, I don't know. I have no idea, honestly. Okay, I asked you how you were. I didn't really care. You answered. How am I doing? No one cares.
Yeah, how's it been since the last time we saw each other, since we parted ways so long ago?
There's been some trouble and some tribulations in my life.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like to talk about it?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Especially not to you.
Wow.
So
wow.
Yeah.
After 30 years of loving friendship, that's
deep loving friendship.
That's how it's gonna be. Huh?
I wonder how it's gonna be when you don't know me. I wonder how it's gonna be when you're not around. Okay, sorry. That was some type of it was like a stroke, basically.
I was asked, were you having a stroke?
Yeah. Similar.
A musical stroke?
Yes, I was definitely stroking. I'll say that. See, that's what you don't know. Every time we're podcasting, that's why you only ever see one hand.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. I mean, I knew I was sexy. I didn't know I was that sexy.
Well, let's just say it's not for you. It's for what I see behind you.
He-Man or Battle Cat?
Nope.
Buttercup?
Nope.
Inigo Montoya.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's my Latin lover.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jeremy,
yeah.
Would you like some dates and deets for this week's episode?
Nah.
No? Okay.
Let's just jump right in. Let's just jump right into the final scene.
Okay. So Glory kills Gregor.
Everyone.
And
he kills everyone.
Yeah. And no. Well, that is how that is how the final scene starts. But
and she also wears his flesh as a sort of coat.
Yes.
She has
which makes it really awkward, because Glory's wearing like the Gregor suit, and then she turns into Ben. So Ben's wearing the Gregor suit, but Ben's bigger than Glory, so the Gregor suit the flesh tears even more, and then Ben is like, "What the hell?" And he realizes it, and he realizes he's wearing another human being's skin, and he just collapses to his knees. And just lets out this awful,
orgasmic
moaning wail.
He likes
of agony.
He gets up and he starts having the Buffalo Bill scene where he's like, "You fuck me?
Did you fuck me?"
He's like,
"Goodbye, horses.
Did you fuck me? I fuck me."
It puts the lotion in the basket, or else it gets the
hose. Lotion in the fucking basket.
Anyway, so as previously stated, we will be. How did you say we were going into this episode?
We're going to be eavesdropping on it.
Oh, that's right. We will be eavesdropping into Buffy the Vampire Slayer season 5. Episode 20, the 98th episode of the series overall, Spiral. Our credited writer this week is Stephen S. DeKnight, and our director is James A. Contner. Our original broadcast date was May 8th, 2001 on the now defunct WB network. Our Nielsen rating for this week, 3.3, ranking it 82nd out of the 127 primetime shows airing across network television that week, and number 3 out of the 17 primetime shows airing on the WB that week.
They cannot seem to break that number 3 spot. I would love to know what constantly raped them in the fucking ratings on the W. Was it fucking Dawson's Crack?
Yeah.
And God.
Yeah, I don't know. I could probably find out, but I just don't want to do that much research into it.
I know I barely have you here to record, so yeah, I know.
I am here every week doing my duty to you and the podcast.
You're here.
You know what's funny is that
no, none of this is funny, frankly, James. None of it. Now hurt yourself. Here's a rock.
I don't have a rock. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yep. Stupid James. Why are you better?
I don't see an eye hanging out of the eye socket. More.
What's kind of funny is that prior to last week, or prior to Forever, there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks of repeats, and all of the repeats broke that 3-point Nielsen rating.
Go figure.
So, but yeah, our regular cast, as always, includes Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy, Nicholas Brendan as Xander, Allison Hannigan as Willow, Emma Caulfield as Anya, Michelle Trachtenberg as Dawn, James Marsters as Spike, Anthony Stewart Head as Giles. Our guest stars this week include Claire Kramer as Glory, Charlie Weber as Ben, Wade Andrew Williams as Gregor, Kareem Prince as Dante, Amber Benson as Tara, Justin Gorence as Orlando, Lily Knight as Gronks, Ted Duffy as Merc, and that's it.
We've been forgetting, James, over the last several episodes. It's been several, I think, that we have forgotten a guest star, which would be James Mayberry as strange masturbating man.
Mysterious masturbating man in the corner. You know, it's one of those things where, well, I'm proud of the work I did. But I don't feel the need to draw attention to it, you know?
Okay, fair enough. Like, you're not an egomaniac.
What's that?
You're not an egomaniac.
I'm not an egomaniac, right? And my role is so, like, it's blink and you'll miss it in all of these episodes.
But it's really vital. Like, if it wasn't there, the episode...
It is vital. If it wasn't there, right? And, you know, I mean, I'm a little upset with you right now because we did agree that we weren't going to bring it up anymore because I didn't want to talk about it.
I must have had a stroke. Forgot that.
But well, I mean, that's why we haven't brought it up when we've been doing these revisits.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I've been in the last half dozen episodes.
Yeah. And again, you know, in my opinion, if you had been edited out, a lot of these episodes wouldn't even have made sense.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like for just let me just really quick, just like
sure.
Last episode, you know, we were talking about how weird and cunty that fucking Willow was being in that one scene to Tara. I mean, we didn't mention that you were standing behind Tara in the corner, nude and masturbating, and that really messed with Allison Hannigan's delivery, and she was just so put off by the whole thing that so we should be fair, you know.
Right. Because listen, and granted, that was what they were going for in the scene. They wanted Willow to be, you know, obviously to be that way, because of my presence there, without directly addressing my presence there. But listen, I'm method, okay?
Right.
And I do all my own stunts.
Right.
So that is me. Mm-hmm. That is me on that dorm set, naked and erect and masturbating. And mysteriously.
You never come out of character. Like, you know, they call the scene and, you know, maybe they call lunch or whatever. You're in line at catering and you are still naked, erect, and masturbating.
Right. I'm at craft services just like.
Yep. And they're like, really, on the potato salad? And you're like, don't fucking make me. Just don't talk to me. I'm in character.
Right.
And
I'm like, don't address me. You know I'm here, but we don't talk about it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it shows the professionalism, quite frankly.
Right. You know, although being method is what got Heath Ledger killed. So
is it?
I need to be careful.
I kind of thought it was just being a drug addict.
But they blame the drugs on him being such a method actor. So I got to be careful.
I thought he was just a weak-willed puss boy, but okay.
So I got to be careful because I don't want to jerk off to death.
Well, come on. You're a professional.
That's true.
Yeah, but never.
And also I've stepped out of the Hollywood limelight after Angel was over.
This was years ago, and
right.
Listen,
because
bills.
Right, because also, you know, since we're talking about it, let's not forget to mention I do also recreate the character over on Angel.
Right, and you are still on the con circuit from time to time as well.
Right. So, again, a little peek behind the curtain. The last few years, you've heard Jeremy and I talk about how I go to C2E2. I'm not just there as a visitor or a spectator. Right. I'm usually there as a guest.
Right.
As
and
well.
The lines this guy gets, man, whew.
Yeah.
And he has to stay nude and erect and masturbating during this entire fucking thing. Right. It shows your professionalism.
Right. I mean, because all the photo ops are requested for me to be fully in character.
Yep. So. It's, you're a master of your craft, James. I tip my hat to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. My synopsis this week reads: Buffy and the others flee Sunnydale when Glory discovers Dawn's identity. Meanwhile, Giles and Spike are wounded while Tara falls apart. Dawn finds out that she can destroy the universe, and Xander is fascinated by a mysterious masturbating man.
True. These are never good when there's the word meanwhile in there. It's going to just be too much. just not going to be good. Right. Mine reads, realizing they may never be able to vanquish Glory, Buffy and the gang decide to flee Sunnydale in Spike's RV, while James mysteriously masturbates.
Right. My character was never given a name, so the fans have just started using my real name as the character name. So.
Well, and then there's a lot of people also that call you J Spank.
That's true. That is, yeah. That's what I'm known as in the fandom, J Spank.
Right.
Yeah. We should also mention, though, too, that a lot of our listeners are probably here in the States. So they may be, because unfortunately, Warner Brothers did edit me out of the
episode that ever occurred.
Right, of both Buffy and Angel for the original airing, but you can get the Euro Minutes DVDs, and I'm in the Euro Minutes.
Right,
so.
Then you see all of James's appearances, and
right,
dude, he gave some performances that. Listen, you guys need to see him.
Yeah. How many people listening do you think actually know what we're referring to when we say Euro Minutes?
None. Literally none.
I didn't know what Euro Minutes were until I discovered the Highlander DVDs, and I was like, what the fuck are Euro Minutes?
I had never heard of... Well, I had never watched a show that was funded by two different countries, and therefore... bounced back and forth. It was just weird how that whole show came together. And so I had never heard of that phraseology either. But
I like,
because honestly, I started thinking, wait a minute, how many shows have I been watching since I was a little kid that have shit I've never seen, and they only show only if you have the Euro Minutes. I was like, does He-Man have Euro Minutes? What the fuck?
Does He-Man have Euro Minutes? Are there whole scenes with Battle Cat and Tila I've never even seen?
Yeah, and not just that, but it's like there's always graphic nudity in the Euro Minutes scenes. And I'm like, what the hell have I been missing out on, guys? Honestly.
Right. And you are. If you haven't seen the Euro Minutes of the original He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, you're missing out. Like almost every episode, there's an orgy.
Yeah, and it's graphic. You also find out that He-Man's little shorts, that look like hair, that it is hair.
It is actually hair.
It's literally he's just never shaved before, and he grew all that out, and so he has to fish up inside there to pull out, and he's got a He-Man cock. Okay, it's quite the log.
Yeah. All this, and we haven't even gotten into the episode yet.
He-Man
20 minutes.
Got quite the log, let me tell you.
20 minutes in, and all we've managed to do is talk about me masturbating in the background of Buffy and Angel, and He-Man's Master of the Universe penis.
His giant he-dong.
His giant he-cock.
Yeah.
So We open exactly where we left off last season, or last episode.
Last season.
And Glory's ready to fuck some shit up. And Willow does some, bippity boppity boo, and while Dawn and Buffy take Tara and get the fuck out of Dodge.
No, they don't take Tara.
Oh, you're right. They don't take Tara.
No, Buffy grabs Dawn, and instead of running out the door, she throws their asses through the door. And Dawn's like, fuck me. I'm not what the hell? I'm not a slayer.
Right. And Willow does some bippity boppity boo and throws Glory out onto the street. And we cut to outside, and Buffy and Dawn are running across a grassy area on the campus. And we say, apparently not only can Glory fly now, but she's also the fucking Flash.
Yes, she is. Yep.
Because she literally just blurs across the campus to chase down Buffy and Dawn. And so Glory's standing there in the middle of the street, and she confronts Buffy and Dawn, and she's all like, any last words? And Buffy's like, just one, truck. And a big old semi just smashes right into Glory. And that's how Regina George died.
It is. It is.
That is a nice little reference for people that have seen Mean Girls.
Yeah, I haven't. I had no idea what you were saying, so I just went with it.
So the truck slams into Glory, and she fucking flies into the air again and lands on top of a fucking car, smashes its roof.
Oh, and it's a Ford Taurus, and it's like, oh god, of all the cars, oh. Even Glory's like, really, of all the cars to land on, a Ford Taurus? Yeah.
So she starts to get up, and then she starts to convulse a little bit, and she's like, no, not now. And she turns into Ben, and Ben rolls off the car onto the ground and looks around confused. And then we pan out to see him realizing he's wearing Glory's dress, and he's like, oh, fuck me in the ass. And that's our cold open.
And a guy walks by, and the guy's like, what? And he's like, no, really, would you fuck me in the ass right now? And
he's like,
the guy's yeah, listen, this is California, baby. I'm down to clown.
Ben's like, I'm feeling really pretty in this dress right now. Would you please bend me over the hood of this demolished Ford Taurus and just rail me?
You know why I brought that up as a Ford Taurus, don't you?
No, why?
Because, wait. Yeah, it's this episode. When Ben gets called to, when they contact Ben to come and do some things, mm-hmm. He pulls up in a shitty ass 95 Ford Taurus, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh, is it? Oh. I didn't even pay attention.
There was just something about those model cars in that era that I fucking hated so much. And it seemed like everywhere you looked, you'd see a Ford Taurus, and I was like, Christ. Anyway, did you notice too that I don't think we've ever talked about this, but every time Ben or Glory turns into Ben or Ben turns into Glory, they orgasm?
Yes.
Did you notice that?
I wasn't going to bring it up because I thought it was kind of inappropriate, but
I mean, hey, they wrote it,
Yeah, but it's still, sometimes, you don't want to talk about it.
Flying through the air and smashes into that car, and then she's like, no, not now. And then she turns, and he's like, ah! And he just fucking shoots a big fucking rope across the screen. And again, you only see it in the Euro minutes, but it's,
Right. It's whether it was special effects or whether he really can, on command. It was impressive.
It was impressive. That man's been eating some yogurt. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
So we cut back and we come back from what would have been the commercial break, and we're at Xander's apartment. And everybody's there, and they're discussing possible plans. And Buffy finally cuts in, and she's like, "Yeah, no to any of this. We are never, ever getting back
together."
I beat you to it, fucker. Getting back together. Yeah, no, she's like, we're never going to ever be able to beat Glory, ever. And we will get wrecked. And at this point, now that she knows Dawn is the key, we literally have one option, and that is to fuck all the way off and keep fucking off until there's no more offs to fuck to. And
did this kind of irritate you a little bit?
It kind of did, because I was like, wow, she has just given the fuck up, and she's just like, no, Glory can't be beaten. There's no hope. Everyone cast aside your courage and plans. We are officially giving up. It is clearly the only way to deal with this situation. Where we find out in the final episode of the season that that's not even remotely the case. No. Not even close. Okay, here's another thing. This is a little bit spoilery, but not a ton. For most of these episodes that have gone on this season, I'm always like, where is the fucking Dagon sphere? Why aren't they figuring out what's up with the Dagon sphere and how it can be used and what it might be able to do? Why isn't she literally walking around with that motherfucker on a chain on her neck, like fucking Flavor Flav with a clock,
It's another one of those things that, I mentioned this before with the Knights of Byzantium and the whole nobody remembers that Ben turns into Glory thing. The Dagon sphere was introduced and then immediately fucking forgotten about.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And they had said, "Oh, this thing is mysterious, and we really need to research this thing and figure out, why it was there, why you found it, it's blah blah blah." And then we will find out later that it's literally buried somewhere in the basement of the magic box. They can't even fucking find it. They care so little for it.
Which, not to jump too far ahead, but why does the magic box need that big ass basement when it's got the it's got a big ass storage?
This is prime fucking real estate, my friend. Gigantic store, huge fucking storeroom that they turned into a workout room, fucking big basement. I mean, fuck, dude, he should be living in this fucking thing and be like, hey, why pay for an apartment? I'll just live in the basement of my fucking my fuck shop here. So I don't know. But yeah, the Dagon sphere thing has bugged me for a while, and the fact that it seems like for many, many episodes, they were just like, well, there's nothing else we can find out about Glory, so let's just stop doing research on her, and we'll never find a weakness. We'll never find any way to combat her, so let's just give up and hope that she doesn't come to our house and kill us one by one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, so yes, long-winded answer to your question. Yes, this did annoy me. But that's the thing. She's like, everyone don't even go home. And I'm like, wait, how are they supposed to gather? Because she says, just gather what you need, supplies you need, and we're fucking getting out of here. Don't even go home. And I'm like, well, how are they supposed to gather the things they need because you're all at Xander. So Xander and Anya are cool. They can at least pack a few pairs of extra fucking drawers. But so everybody else is just supposed to just grab like a Walmart plastic bag and throw a couple of bottles of water and some fucking lube in there and say, well, we're ready to go. What the fuck, man? I don't know. So, and she's like, and then and she's like, we'll meet. Oh fuck, where did she say they'll meet? Because I don't even remember where they did end up getting met up with at. But
I think it's in the alley. I think it's behind the magic box, isn't it?
It could be. We'll just say that. That sounds good to me. She's like, when you got your shit, meet us. And he's like, well, how? Or I think it's Xander actually. Yeah, Xander says, well, how are we gonna fuck off? Because we're not all gonna fit in the Xander mobile, which I think is probably another Ford Taurus.
Probably. Xander seems like a Ford Taurus kind of guy.
I'm like, you know what? I think if a hell god was chasing me and all my friends and trying to murder my not real sister, I think we just go ahead and pile in the old Xander mobile and GTFO, right? Right. I don't think we'd be too worried about comfort at that point. I'd be like, somebody can get in the fucking trunk if need be, But Buffy's like, don't worry, I'll handle that. Everybody just be where you're supposed to be, and everything will be taken care of. So then we cut to the alley there behind the magic box, and everyone has gathered, and they all have their plastic Walmart bags with water and lube. Except Xander and Anya, who get to have everything they own with them, so they're cool. Xander has a Game Boy, Anya has her dildo, so everything's fine. And then a really shitty 700-year-old fucking Winnebago pulls up. And who's driving? Spiky. And he's got some like 1940s motorcycle glasses on. And of course, all the windows are blacked out and everything so that, he doesn't catch on fire. And he's like, hey, everybody, get in. And Giles and Xander are not happy to see Spike. And they're like, what's he doing here? And Buffy's like, Buffy basically says, shut the fuck up. He's going with us. Because quite frankly, none of you fucking idiots can protect Dawn if something happens to me. Right. Yeah, eat shit. And they're all like, wah, wah, wah. That's true. And they get in the Winnebago and they all fuck off. So then we get to Ben at the big mansion. I don't know if call it his mansion or Glory's. I don't know. He's there and he's having it out with one of her minions and basically saying that the minion's basically just like, you're just a human body. Like, you're just a meat prison basically for Glory, and what you want and what you need and all these things don't matter. So just accept your fate and quit being a bitch. And Ben's like, you're right. I should quit being a little bitch. And just embrace the fact that at least I get to wake up every couple of days wearing some nice panties. And Minion's like, exactly. Like, look at the bright side. So then this is such a weird, I want to talk about this, not in super detail, but like, I was just confused. We cut to the hospital and we see these weird guys wearing baseball hats, and they are signing this nurse is like, well, here, you got to sign here, and they do. And they start to walk away with the lunatic Byzantium guy from the loony bin. And the guy's like, see how easy that was? I told you it's going to be easy. And then the nurse is like, hey, like she's ready to, she's like this actress was like, listen, I have like 4 lines in this show. I'm going to nail this one. So she's like, fucking hey. And they're like, and she's like, you took my pen. And he's like, okay. And he hands her the pen. And they get outside and they take their ball caps, or they get outside and into this kind of the wooded area there. And they meet up with the rest of the fucking LARPers who are all dressed up. Like, come on. Like, then the whole Knights of Byzantium thing is just stupid, which we've discussed. But right. Like, they're really going to walk around in everyday life dressed as, medieval fucking knights. And it's like, right. This is so fucking stupid. Like, and they're going to ride horses and shit. I mean, fuck off. Like, I don't have a problem with like an ancient order that's, da 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 da. But they would clearly change with the times in order to fit in with the current world. They're not going to still be like what they still die in their 20s of old age. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
This is just stupid, and they talk in this kind of old Englishy, ye old speak, and it's just so fucking annoying and stupid. But so for some reason that's never really explained, the Knights of Byzantium have decided to get their now crazy brethren out of the loony bin. And they question him, and he's able to say, "Oh, the key's a shiny, pretty little girl." And we meet General. That's also when we meet General Gregor, who he's like the leader of the role playing LARPers. And
that's a redundant statement.
That's true. He's, I don't know. It's so dumb. Even the costumes aren't believable or good in any way, shape, or form. But anyway, and he's like, a shiny young girl. Let's go. And they don't say where. They're just like, let's go. And then we see like this big group of like, I don't know, 50 of them or so. Like, let's head out. And they get on their horses and they horse away. And it's like, this is so dumb because for obvious reasons, it's stupid. But also the fact that in no way, shape, or form would they ever be able to catch up to this Winnebago now. Ever. In any world. Ever. So, this is stupid. But then we cut to me slashing my throat. No, I'm sorry. Giles is now driving the RV for reasons we don't really find out why, because it was Spike, but now it's Giles. And Spike's like, can you fucking, step on it, put the pedal to the metal? And he's like, what did he say? I've driven faster tricycles. Yeah. Giles is like, I've driven faster tricycles. And I'm like, wait, you ride tricycles? And Giles is like, listen, okay, it's a hobby, all right? Like, don't judge me. And so basically he's really downing Spike's Winnebago, and it's sad. Spike takes it personally, and he cries a little bit.
He does. And then
and for some reason
he cries, and Giles is like, yeah, you should be crying because you fucked up by getting this piece of shit Winnebago. And then he's like, why don't you hurt yourself?
And Spike is like, fuck. All right. And he just grabs a chunk of the table, breaks a chunk of the table off, and just starts beating the shit out of himself. And for some reason, and then there's this whole underlying little itty bitty storyline that Xander's motion sick.
Yeah. Like,
it doesn't serve any purpose. It doesn't go anywhere, but he's motion sick, and he's
right.
That's
and
a thing.
Like, they threw it in there because they thought it would be like funny, like this funny little side thing that's happening.
Like maybe it would have been like if he kept just like randomly puking on people or something, or
right.
Ralphing out the window or something. But he doesn't.
It's not funny at all. No, it's annoying.
No. It's annoying because for the whole scenes coming up inside the Winnebago, he's just sitting there the whole time going,
yeah.
And I'm like, why? This is so dumb. So Buffy has fucked off. She's in like the bedroom area of the Winnebago, and Dawn goes back there and begins talking to her, and Buffy's like, oh, I feel like I failed, and yada yada. And Dawn's like, no, you haven't. This is the greatest thing anyone has ever done for me. And I'm like, wait, you've only been alive like 6 months. That's not saying a whole lot.
Right. You've only been in existence for 6 months, and even if you hadn't been, you only have memories for 14 years. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, like this is the greatest thing anyone's said. Well, what about the fact? What about your mother who birthed you, gave you life?
Right.
Like, wouldn't that be kind of a cool thing? Like, that's pretty nice of her to do.
Right.
But no.
How about the monks that turned you from a glowy green blob of energy into an actual human being?
Yeah.
You
how about
ungrateful little bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. She needs to hurt herself.
She needs to hurt herself.
So, anyway, they're talking, and then all of a sudden, an arrow. Yes, folks, I said an arrow. Pokes through the fucking wall from outside. And so Buffy, being smart and tactical, immediately puts her face up to the window and looks out there. Listen, I'm going to look, but do not shoot me in the face while I'm looking. And they cooperate. They do not do that. First of all, a modern compound, recurve, whatever bow would probably be able to do this. But these little fucking plastic fucking bows they have with these little dumb arrows are 100% not piercing this fucking Winnebago and coming through. But here they are. And then, of course, there's a big attack, and, there's arrows getting shot in everywhere, and everybody's like, ah! And Buffy's like, get on the ground, bitch, and kicks Dawn underneath the table. And then at one point, we see one get up on the roof of the Winnebago. He's rode his horse up there and jumped onto the ladder and climbed up for reasons. I don't know what he's thinking. It's because he starts stabbing his sword through the roof of the Winnebago. And I'm like, okay, you've got about a 3-foot sword and you're going to stab it through the Winnebago that people can actually stand full height and the sword still won't get there. Whatever. But he just starts stabbing. Spike grabs the blade at one point and just holds on to it, and it's fucking up his hands, of course. And he's like, it'd be good time for something heroic, Slayer. And so she's like, Xander, skylight. In other words, come over here so I can step on your face and climb out the skylight. And she does. And she gets up there.
And Xander immediately is like, oh my God, yes, I've been waiting for this moment for 5 years.
Pulling all of his clothes off. And she's like, what?
Like,
what the hell?
He's like, please step on me, Buffy. Please step on me.
Step on me. Step on my testicle. Wait. Did I say that out loud? Sorry, Buffy. So she gets up there and she's fighting, throws one off. Another one gets on, fight, throw off. Another one gets on, fight, throw off. Big fisticuffs. Shit's happening everywhere. She ends up getting thrown off of it too. So she hits the ground and rolls and she's like, oh shit. Well, then it would appear that all of the Knights of Stupidium have been defeated and have fucked off. And then Giles sees one right in front of him with a giant spear. And he throws the giant spear and it comes through the windshield and goes into Giles's nipples. I don't know. It stabs him somewhere. And he's like, oh! And of course he has to crash the fucking RV. Like, not just crash it, but flip that motherfucker over onto its side. And it just goes skidding to a halt. And it's wild. Then we come back and they're all kind of limping down this dirt road, and they're kind of dragging Giles because he's leaking out, and basically he should have been left behind because he's a fucking liability now. They should have left him to die. Let's be honest. Like, we got to find shelter, and as soon as
But it's a good thing they didn't, because as previously discussed, if Giles dies or ever leaves the show for any significant amount of time for any reason, the podcast is done.
Which explains what happens in season 6 when we quit podcasting. But I think it's Buffy. She says, is everything okay? Or do you have an intruder?
This weird noises coming from the other side of the room.
Intruder. You're about to be raped. Prepare your anus. And also, could you leave the camera on? And preferably leave the mic open too. I want to hear the. Oh my God, we're going to hell. Somebody says we need to find shelter, and literally, like within like a split second, they just happen to walk up to an abandoned like gas station out in the desert, out in the middle of the desert in California. There is a gas station that's been abandoned. So
yep,
they get in there, and well, we'll do it like this. They get into the shelter, and James, I'll let you take it from here.
They get into the shelter, and then the fucking Knights attack again.
Yeah,
and
like almost
immediately, and Buffy is doing her best to fight them all off, and then Willow, does a little bibbity bobbity boo and throws up a force field around the gas station, and that's that.
Well, they get Gregor because Gregor had come in.
Did they get Gregor at that point? Hold on.
Well, yeah, once she puts the shield up, because that's why they can't come in and get Gregor.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
So they now have General Dweeb and
General Dweeb, right.
Oh, and by the way, fucking Giles is like bleeding the fuck out. He is fucked up.
Yeah.
So
right. So then we cut to HIPAA violation Memorial Hospital, and
there's much violations going on.
we're in the psych ward, and all the patients in the psych ward start repeating at the same time, "It's time," over and over again. Then we cut back to the gas station, and Spike has the idea that they should use General Dipshit as a hostage, to keep the Knights of Bullshit at bay while they make an escape. And Xander points out to him that if things go bad, Spike wouldn't be able to do anything anyway because the Knights of Bullshit are all humans. And then they start arguing, and Spike says that, if they stick around there, then they're all going to die, and either the Knights are going to kill them or Glory's going to kill them. He surmises that she'll be able to figure out where they are eventually, and that at least if they
how they're in the middle of the fucking whatever,
right. Whereas at least if they try to skedaddle, some of them might survive. And Buffy, of course, heroes up and says she's not going to let anybody die. So then we cut to Buffy questioning General Dipshit, and we get the best exposition.
She expeditions right up his ass.
We get an
explanation. I think that's the word you're looking for.
Exposition.
Oh, okay.
We get an exposition dump about Glory that we should have gotten like 7 fucking episodes ago.
Yeah, at least 7-8 episodes ago. At least midway through the season, we should have got this.
Right. And we find out that, well, part of it we already know, that she used to rule over a hell dimension.
Right.
But we find out that she was a triumvirate of
suffering and despair.
Right. With three other gods, or two other gods, and well, obviously that's what triumvirate means.
Good job, James. Good job. Good job.
But the other two started to piss themselves because Glory was getting too strong, and they managed to trap her inside a meat pack, which was Ben, and cast her out, and apparently she was never meant to, like, she was supposed to remain dormant, I guess, inside this human body, never to,
which I'm like, really?
emerge.
That seems like a bad plan that could easily go wrong.
Right.
Why not trap her inside of a can of tuna or
a dog?
A dog, and then immediately kill the dog. Like, I don't. It just seems like okay. Trap her inside this newborn boy, and then kill the newborn boy, and you've therefore killed Glory. I'm just saying. I'm just being Giles in this situation. Like, what's so hard about that? But no. Anyway.
Right. So at this point, Buffy realizes that that's Glory's only real weakness, is that if they kill this mortal that Glory's trapped inside, then Glory will probably also kick off. Yeah. But Gregor, General Dipshit, tells Buffy that they've never been able to find out who Glory's, meat suit is.
Yeah, they had no problem figuring out who the key was. They had no problem figuring out the whole thing with Buffy and her friends and where they are and how to find them and how to track them and all this stuff. But in 22 years, they have
25.
Or 25, whatever. They have just not, gosh darn, been able to figure out who Glory turns into. Just can't figure it out.
And part of this exposition dump is more information about the key, which we find out was created apparently to basically unlock the doors between dimensions, and that Glory wants it, obviously, to go back to her own hell dimension and return to power. But he also says that once she uses the key, it'll basically tear down the boundaries between every dimension, and they'll start bleeding into each other, and they'll all be destroyed. Of course, Buffy's all like, I won't let that happen. I'll protect my sister.
She's like, not today.
Right. She's like, girlfriend.
Ain't gonna be happening today. And then it doesn't happen.
Right. And then we cut back out into the main part of the gas station. And what's happening there, Jeremy?
A fucking fire.
A fucking fire, man.
Huge fucking fire. This time.
But again, everybody and everything's on fire, but everyone's acting like it's normal.
Right. They're not. No one's screaming, in pain or nothing. No one's running around going. They're just milling around doing their normal shit.
Yep. Spike and Xander are talking about, like, hey, do you think those old gas pumps still work? And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Why? This is weird.
It's really weird, but no, but Buffy goes out. She has Willow basically open a little hole in the which I'm like, why? Why does she need to open this hole? Like, why couldn't she just go out there, like, up to the barrier and be like, so here's my proposed thing, and then if you don't like it, at least you can't get me. But no.
Right.
She has her open a hole in the barrier, and then she goes out there she's, basically, she's got to get some kind of help for Giles. Otherwise, that motherfucker gonna kick it. And she's all like, well, will you let someone come and help him? And the new leader without the general there is the derpy dude from that helped get the crazy guy out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And so he's like, why would I do that? That would be stupid. And I'm like, yes, it would be very stupid. Don't do that. But they talk him into it, so he agrees to it for reasons. I don't even want to justify how they talked him into it. It was so stupid. I'm like, what? Because isn't it Spike? It's Spike, I think. And he's like, well, this is war, right? And in war, there has to be rule. And I'm like, what? Shit, get the fuck right off.
Yeah.
No. But the rule is we should kill you. We have to kill you. Like, get out of here. It's so dumb. But then, so they agree to it. And then Willow says, eeny, minky, monkey, bokey. And somehow the 700-year-old payphone comes on inside the place. And it's so old of a payphone, like I was actually paying attention for some stupid reason, and it's actually fucking rotary. And so Buffy calls and says, hey, what's up, yo? Look, I need you to do me a favor. Aight, then. And then we cut to Ben pulling up to the gas station there in his stupid Ford Taurus. Which, by the way, how did she tell him, like, where they were? Like, hey, listen, so we're in the middle of nowhere in the middle of the desert, and there's this old abandoned gas station out here. Could you come out here? And he's like, oh, yeah, I know right where that's at. Yeah. I'll be there. 10, 15, tops. So he shows up.
I mean, if I remember correctly, there's a road that the gas station is on. So presumably
it's a dirt road that's going through the fucking middle of nowhere in the desert.
Right, but presumably, like, she can give him directions to, like, follow, whatever to, wherever, and then turn down the dirt road, and we're 3 miles down or whatever.
Possibly, okay. But to me, it seems utterly ridiculous. But so he shows up, and the Knights of Dorkdom let him go in for reasons. And, he starts working on Giles, and he's like, I think he's going to make it. See, I've got him patched up. See, but we need to get him somewhere. See, and but it's just so dumb. So he basically stabilizes Giles, and at some point he's in the room with General Dipshit, and General Dipshit's like, the whole world, all worlds are going to end, and you're the only one that can stop this. All you got to do is, that girl out there, that younger girl, he's like, you just murder her, and this will all be fine. And Ben's like, seems easy enough. She doesn't seem that tough. All right. And he goes back out there, and you think he's going to do something to Dawn, but he doesn't. He just gives Giles a shot of something.
Probably morphine.
Okay. Well, then
why is that so outlandish? It's probably.
Did you see how much? Did you see how much shit he put in that fucking syringe? If that was morphine, he killed everyone in that fucking room.
Well, I mean,
like, because he sticks it up in there, and he pulls out like fucking 200 cc's of something, and I'm like, holy shit, he's gonna OD somebody. Anyway, I don't remember how. I'm sitting here looking at my notes. I don't remember how he starts freaking out at one point because he feels Glory trying to break through, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like he never considered that beforehand. Like maybe tell Buffy, "Hey, listen, I'd love to come and help, but I'm also Glory, so it probably wouldn't be good for me to come there. You probably shouldn't tell me where you are."
Right.
another flaw in this whole fucking thing. So he's like, oh shit, I'm about to turn into Glory. You gotta let me out of here. You gotta let me out of here. And they're all like, what's with you? Are you having a fucking panic attack? What are you, claustrophobic? And he's like, oh shit. And then he turns into Glory. And the first thing Glory does is she goes, oh, hey, Gregor. And what is that she picks up? Is that like a hubcap?
It's a hubcap, yeah.
Okay, it's an aluminum non-sharp hubcap, but she throws it and it like kills him. Like it sticks like a foot into his body. And I'm like, okay, those things are like aluminum foil, but she kills Gregor, right? And she even says to him, oh, Gregor. So they've got history?
Yeah, she's like, hey, it's Gregor, and then she picks up the hubcap and whips it at him, and
just kills him. But I'm like, why would they have history? Like, why would she know who the fuck he even is? Because you would think if the Knights of Dorkdom had ever come up against Glory before, she would have just murdered them all. But again, reasons. And then fisticuffs ensue, of course. And then she kind of subdues everybody, and she grabs Dawn, and Dawn's like, oh, let go, you're so mean. And Glory pulls.
Stop it, you're hurting me, you big tough goddess.
And she pulls her outside, and they get blocked by the barrier. And fucking Glory just punches the barrier.
She literally just punches a fucking hole right through the barrier.
Yeah, she punches energy, and it opens up, and she pulls Dawn through, and they go fuck off. And you hear all this ruckus. You don't really see anything, but you hear all this like screaming and howls of pain and all this shit. You're like, what the fuck is going on? And by the time Willow has to say like 400 lines of shit just to make this fucking thing come down, instead of just being able to be like, blah, blah, blah. Like she has to be like, just to make this fucking force field come down. And it finally does. And they all go rushing out. And what do they find? All the Knights of Dorkdom are now dead. And except the temporary leader guy, he's like, the beast. Then he dies. So they're all dead. And Glory now has Dawn, and they're like, let's grab Ben's car, we'll hotwire it, we'll get after him. And however, Buffy just collapses and onto the ground, and she reboots, and she actually shuts down. She powers off. And everybody's like, Buffy, hello, Buffy. And boom. That's it. That's credits episode. And you're not paying attention.
I am paying attention.
Okay. Episode.
That is, yeah. It's the end of the episode. Yeah, like you said, Buffy, like, she goes catatonic.
Yeah. She goes stupatonic. Like, when have we ever... Anyway, whatever.
Well, they kind of explain it in the next episode.
Yeah, sort of, but I don't accept it. I'm like, that's stupid. I do not accept stupidity.
I don't think it's stupid. I mean, we can talk about that.
Okay, I'm not going to say it's stupid, but it's weak. We'll put it that way.
Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Would you like to play everyone's favorite game?
Yeah, like anyone could possibly get this.
Yeah.
17.
Okay, let's make it easier. Give me the number of confirmed dead people in the episode. Confirmed.
I don't know. 4.
11.
Well, there you go.
11 asterisks. Because then, who knows how many Knights of Byzantium Glory killed out there?
Well, according to the gang, all of them.
Right, but We don't know how many that was.
In, like the whole world, that's not a very large group of people.
Right. Our music this week, just our original score by Thomas
Dickie Wanker.
Dickie Wanker. Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Would you please tell me and all our fans how many 1976 Winnebagos you give this episode?
It's like a 1.5, maybe a 2. Okay. Of the final episode, of the final 4 episodes, I like pretty much all of them except this one. This one's just shit. It's shit. They want you to swallow too much stupidity and ignoramusness in this one. Like, you always have to suspend disbelief. Okay, we all know that in watching any show. But this show, the Buffyverse in general, sometimes has a bad habit of putting too much stupidity into one episode, where it's just dumb after dumb after dumb, and you're like, none of this is making no. And I'm not going to rehash everything here. I brought it all up as we were doing the revisit. But yeah, there's just too much. Like, the skeleton, the idea of the episode is perfectly fine, but the execution was just the drizzling shits. The writing was not good. All of the stuff they want you to accept and just be okay with annoys me, and I will not play their games. I will not play their games, James.
I will not play your silly little games.
Yeah. So I'll give it a 2. I'll give it a 2, and at least it serves the purpose to forward this story on to the final 2 episodes. Glory now has Dawn, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the fact that Ben knew that she was the key and that he agreed to come out, it's just so fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid. And that's only the tip of the fucking iceberg of how stupid it is. And so, yeah, for reasons of dumacity, it's a 2. And I'll just leave it at that. James, why don't you tell me and the audience, on our sliding scale of 1 to 5, how many nights of dorkdom do you give this episode? And give us your final thoughts.
I give this episode, man, I went back and forth, and I'm going to give it half a point less than you did. I don't want to give it a 1, but I can't give it a 2 either.
Yeah.
Like, so it's 1.5, maybe 2. Maybe I'll bump it to 2. It's too late in the game for this kind of bullshit.
Right.
Like, and I think part of the issue is they're trying to wrap up too much at us that they haven't touched in so long in this season. The Knights of Byzantium, they were in 1 1/3 episode, like 7 episodes ago, and now they decide to bring them back for this episode, and now they're dead. They're done. That's it.
They've been wiped out.
Right. We don't, no more Knights of Byzantium ever.
Yep.
Not even in the rest of this season. They're done.
Oh yeah, 100% done.
I think it's just they're trying to wrap up too much shit that they never should have put in the season in the first place.
Yeah.
Again, like I just said, the Knights of Byzantium. I 100% agree with you. There's no way that Ben would have fucking showed up there. No, like, he knows Dawn is the key. He fucking knows he's Glory, who's looking for the key.
He knows that Glory is looking for them.
Right. Like, there's no way. There's no way he would have shown up.
No.
To do that. That's just fucking ignorant as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the exposition dump about Glory and the Key should have happened 6-7 episodes ago.
Yep.
It's just the whole thing's a hot mess.
Yep. Gregor getting killed with a hubcap. It's just
see that's something I'm willing to let slide because
no. I'm just saying that's just another. It's like this is so dumb. Like
right.
We just
what I'm saying,
guy who's the general of the night, and he gets killed with a hubcap.
Right. My thing with the hubcap is that, like, I guess I'm less harsh on something like that because, like, Glory is a god. So even though, an aluminum hubcap is like a weak ass weapon, in my mind, I can suspend disbelief that as a god, she threw it with enough force to impale.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's fine. I can accept. I can spin, but I'm just saying, like, when you put that with the rest of the hot mess of this episode.
Oh, right. What's a bigger issue for me of that whole thing is Glory being like, "Hey, it's Gregor," and like, how the fuck do these two know each other? Why haven't we seen?
Are they ex-lovers? Is he a jilted ex? Like, what's
right? It's like you said a couple episodes ago. They could have taken all these useless filler episodes that they've had throughout the season and fleshed out Glory's backstory. Flesh out the Knights of Byzantium. Like, give us that backstory with these characters.
Yep. Like, make them mean something to the scene. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. But so it's a 2. I'll give it a 2. I'm not willing to go above that.
Yeah, me neither. That's 2 was the best I could. I was like, that's the best I'm gonna be able to do for you folks.
Yeah. So, hey, Jeremy.
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with BuffyRevisited.com?
I am actually.
Yeah. So you know already that if you go to, you're gonna get there. If you go to there, you're gonna get. You're going to get a link to our email, which is buffyrevisited@gmail.com. You're going to get a link to our Facebook, which if you go to, there's weekly posts about the episode that we're revisiting, and you can hop into the comments and leave us all kinds of comments. If you go to the YouTube, you're going to find the video version of the podcast, probably the video version of the very podcast that you may be listening to right now. And
video works.
Yeah, as you would expect, because that's how video is. And you can hop into the comments there and leave us all kinds of comments if you want.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, I knew all that. I don't know why you just said all that.
Exposition dump for the listeners.
Hey, why not? They did it in this episode. We should do it too. Yeah. Anyway, well, at least that one's over. I'm glad we're to the last 2 episodes. That's hard to believe, James. We're down to the last 2 episodes of this very season.
We are.
And
I know the people
how time works. It's just oof.
Right. And like the people listening and watching right now are like, yeah, of course, yeah. But what they don't realize is that.
Don't you fucking say it. It's between us, James. It's between us.
Is that we time traveled.
Damn it, son of a fucking fuck.
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep it inside anymore. We time traveled. We tried to
keep inside as a dick.
We time traveled to the past so that we could record all these episodes for the future.
And we did them backwards. Just to make it a challenge.
And we did them backwards just to make it a challenge. So technically, just to clarify that, we started with the gift and we ended with whatever the fucking first episode of the season was.
I can't remember either. Welcome to the season 5.
Welcome to season 5. What the fuck was it?
I can't
It was Buffy versus Dracula.
Oh yeah, duh. How could we forget? That's like one of the easiest opening things to remember, and we didn't.
We did.
So
that's okay. As you know, I didn't remember the name of the episode that we were going to record before I sat down.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Anyway, yeah, we're down to our last 2 episodes, so that means next week will be season 5, episode 21, The Weight of the World.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm looking forward to it because I like these last 2 episodes. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. I agree.
I look forward to it. So thanks for joining us, everyone. James, anything you'd like to say to wrap it up?
Nope.
Okay. I've been one of your hosts. I'm Jeremy.
I'm your other host, James.
Ta-ta.